All right, are you ready for today's video? Today's video is about post-secondary education. So, what does that look like? How much does it cost? And where are those resources coming from? Really, at the end of the day, fend for yourself. Go get a job when you're able to, start saving up money, go to college or university, and get that better education so that you can get that good job. It happens sometimes, but if they can have a little bit of a leg up, it'll be better. The Government of Canada does have 20% matching on RESP deposits, up to $7,200 annually. So why not collect the $7,200 if you can, or a portion of it at least, so that your child or children can at least have something available to them to help them out. Doesn't mean they get a free ride for the tens of thousands of dollars a post-secondary education will cost, but make sure that they've got a little bit for them. So even if that means saving $25 a month or whatever number you can in your budget, save so that they can get a little bit of that 20% of free government money from the government for their education. Now, when do they have to use it? I just chatted with a family the other day that they're like, oh, our grandkids may not go to post-secondary education when they turn 18. It's okay. They don't have to. They have until 31 to start using the money in the RESP. So don't fret if they haven't figured it out by 18 or 20 or 25. They do have until 31 to figure that out to be able to use that RESP money. And if they don't, you've saved the money. 20% will go back to the government, because if they don't use it for educational purposes, 20% goes to the government. The rest you get. You got to pay tax on the growth, of course, but you save some money for the future. And whether or not you give it to the kid or grandkid that you were saving it for their post-secondary education, that's entirely up to you. But at least you've got some savings there and some growth on that. So that's pretty decent. Because post-secondary education costs a lot of money, and depending on what that individual is going to go for, it can be lots. You know, you're talking about a doctor or even a lawyer. It's going to be a substantial amount of money. Teachers in some places are 5-year programs. That is a lot of money. So plan, prepare, educate. Educate your children on saving for when they go to post-secondary education. Because if they've got to get a summer job, they need to save that money, especially if they're going to move away and go to school somewhere else. They're going to have a lot of living expenses. And sure, you can get student loans and stuff, but guess what? Those student loans have to be paid back. Now, sometimes the government forgives them, just depending on what's going on with the world and the economy and even with the government. But that's pretty rare. So plan to pay back the student loans. Make sure that your child understands what they're getting into. And if they can save ahead of time so they don't have that stress and just use those student loans to alleviate some of the extra stress that they may have about finances while they're trying to study and learn, so be it. But student loans have to start being paid back after they're done their post-secondary education. So while they're in school, and I know a lot of kids that just keep going to school and do multiple degrees because they don't want to pay back those student loans. But guess what? They're going to have to at some point in time. Whether they're 25, whether they're 30, whether they're 40, they're going to have to start paying those back. So yeah, you could be fully educated. Hopefully you can get a job in your field, something that you like, something that pays you well, and something that allows you to pay back those student loans. So think about those things. Again, save more, spend less. Teach your kids that, you know, in a lot of places, they can start working at 14. Now, not necessarily doing what they want to do, but fast food restaurants are not necessarily the end of the world, or retail isn't the end of the world for them for their first jobs. That gives them some experience with customer service and allows them to move into higher paying, more responsibility jobs, whether it's in an office or on a construction site, because now they know how to deal with people and interact with people. So start them early, educate them, and have them follow in your example of spending less and saving more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.